Let's start off by talking about layers. When you're creating a computer graphic and you're putting text and shapes and pictures, they layer on top of each other. The blue box I put down first, so therefore it's behind the other parts. Then I put the yellow and then the red. You can see that the red is on top of the other two colors, but it's behind the picture. And my text box, it's on top of everything because it's the last thing that I added. Now, let's say I want to change the layer of the yellow box. It's on top of the blue, but it's behind the red. I'd like for it to be all the way in the back. So I'm going to come up to my tab, Shape Format, and then I'll look for Arrange over here, and I want to send it to the back. So click Send Backwards, Send to the back. Now my yellow box is behind everything. Now let's say I want my yellow box in the front. So I click on the yellow box, I come up to Shape Format, Arrange, and I want to bring to the front. Now it's in front of everything. Now you know everything you need to know about layers. Here is a graphic I'm going to walk you through to create in Microsoft Word. The first thing you'll want to do is open up a brand new document. File, New, Blank Document. Now this is a vertical document, but we want it to be horizontal. So let's go to Layout, Orientation, and hit Landscape. Landscape gives you a horizontal page. Let's start off by putting down our background color. So we're going to want to go to Insert on our tabs, Shape, and then find a rectangle shape. This is going to give you a crosshair cursor. Put your crosshair cursor in the corner, click and drag all the way to the opposite corner and let go. That gives you your background color. Now, I want this background a little bit darker, so I'm going to go to my Shape Format and hit Shape Fill. I want to pick a darker blue. Now, this does already have an outline on it, but I want that off. So Shape Outline, I'm going to hit No Outline. That takes the outline off the box. For our next step, let's put on the headline. I want to insert under Shapes a text box. It's right here. So click and drag until you get a shape. This is your text box. They usually come in with a white background. Now I'm going to type in my headline, Earth Science Land. Now I need my font bigger. So I'm going to highlight my font. You have two options here. You can go here to change your font, or you can go up under your Home button. Under the Home tab, your fonts are right here. So I'm going to use this font, and I want it to be bigger. So I'm going to type in the size I want and hit Enter. Now it's bigger. Now I need to stretch my box so that everything's on one line. And I'm going to put it where I want the headline to go. Now I have two things I want to change about this text box. Number one is it's got a white background and it has a black line around the outside. So let's change those things. Under Shape Format, Shape Fill, I'm going to hit No Fill. That makes your box transparent. Now Shape Outline, No Outline. The next thing I want to do is change the color of my font. Again, you have two options. You can go right here, or you can go under the Home tab. I'm going to change it to white. Next, I want to create the title for the graphic. So I'm going to want to go to Insert, Shapes, pick another rectangle. I'm going to click and drag until I get the size I want. Now this rectangle is blue, but I would like for it to be green. So Shape Format, Shape Fill, hit green. It also has an outline on it. We want that off. So shape outline, no outline. I want to put the word geology on top of this green box. So the next thing I want to insert is on shapes, text box, and we're going to click and drag on the top of the green shape. Again, our text box is white, but we'll change that later. Let's type the word geology. 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 I want this word to be in the center of the box. So up under the home button for the fonts, right here is where I can select where I want my font to be in the center. And it moves to the center. I want to select a different font. Choose this. And I also want it bigger. I want it 55 and enter. More things I need to change is the color of font and the box. So let's go to shape format, shape fill, no fill, shape outline, no outline. Now I have black on my text, but I want it white. So I'm going to go here and select white. The next step is I want to include that globe picture over here on the side. To do that, I want to go Insert, Shapes, pick a rectangle. I'm going to draw the rectangle where I want the globe to go. Now, this is a blue shape, but I want a picture in there. To do that, I'm going to go Shape Format, Shape Fill. Right here, it says Fill with a Picture. Click on that. Now it gives me an option to find a picture on my computer to put in that box. Here are my files that I want to select from, and there's the globe I want to use. Now I hit Insert. Now my globe is inside my shape. Now the shape, once again, has an outline. So you need to handle that. You go to Shape Format, Shape Outline, no outline. Now I'm going to scoot my globe by clicking and dragging to scoot it over into the corner like that. Now on my original graphic, I want this bar to be on top of the globe, not behind it. So to get it to the front of the globe, I'm going to click on Geology, and I'm going to hold my Shift key and click on the green shape. So now I have them both selected. I'm going to go to Shape Format, and I'm going to bring to the front. Next, I want to add my picture of the Grand Canyon. So I'm going to go to Insert, I'm going to go to Shapes, and pick a rectangle. Now I'm going to draw my rectangle where I want my Grand Canyon to go. And again, it's filled with blue, but we want to fill it with a picture. Shape Format, Shape Fill, Picture. Choose a file. I want to choose my Grand Canyon and hit Insert. I want to make my picture a little bit bigger. So this anchor point here, if I click and drag on it, I can change the shape and the size of the picture. But see how it's getting very distorted? I don't want that. So while I'm clicking and dragging, I want to hold my Shift key. That is going to make sure it stays in proportion. The last item I want to add is the caption underneath the picture. So I'm going to do this one a little differently than what we ended up doing here. So I want to Insert, Shape, and I'm going to go for a text box. I'm going to click and drag and put it down here. Now I'm going to put my caption. Now I'm going to select all so that I can change my font. I want my font to be this one. And I want it to be a little bit bigger. I'm going to go 36 this time. So my caption box is white, but I'd like for it to be brown. So this is a text box, and I'm going to change its color. So I go up to Shape Format, Shape Fill, and I'm going to choose brown. And then my text doesn't really show up very well, black on brown, so I'm going to make it white. Select all, change the color to white. And there you have it. Our graphic is complete. I always like to save my file as I'm working on it between each step. So to do that, I'm going to come up here under File, click on that, hit Save As, and you want to save it on your own PC. Open up what file you want to save it in, and then give it a name. I want to name it Land. And it will save as a Word document, and hit Save. Now, as you're making changes and you want to save what you've done, you can go File and Save. So each time you hit File and Save, it will save under that name that you gave it. Now, to save this graphic in a way that someone else can see it on their computer, you're going to need to save it as a PDF file. To do that, we're going to go under File, Save As on your PC. Now I'm going to name it Land PDF. And I'm going to change my Save As type. Right now it is a Word document. If you'll click on that, it will give you other options. Come down to PDF. Click on that and hit Save. Wait just a moment. The computer will open up that PDF file for you. Now you can email this file to anyone and they should be able to see your graphic as you created it. I hope that you found this video to be helpful. Check out these other videos I have available on my YouTube channel at Teacher Wallace.